Good afternoon. How you doing, Spencer? I think I saw my sister Stephanie get on. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Teray Deaver, broadcasting from the Inland Empire in California. I would say sunny California, but we have a little rain in the forecast. I'm from the North Carolina, from the East Coast, excuse me. And I remember growing up, that Tony song said it never rains in Southern California. So when I got here and I saw my first rain, I'm like, oh man, they lied to me. How are y'all doing this afternoon? All right, it's good to see you all. Good to see you all. Again, my name is Teray Deaver. Here for part one of my weekly broadcast. I broadcast every Wednesday and Friday afternoons. So I encourage you to follow me, come on. And one of the things that I focus on is I'm really all about just building people. I have no ulterior motives. I'm not here to, talk about me or to, try to sell a product. I'm just here trying to encourage you. It is my heart's desire, my passion to see people at their best and to encourage and empower people. So I found it best to use Periscope and to do that, to share, just some tips and things that I've learned in my young life to encourage others. So I would encourage you to swipe to the right, those of you that have iPhone, Apple products, and share this with your social media. If you have Android, swipe up and share with your people, either via Twitter or through copying that link and sending text messages. Let's get the word out. For those of you that are interested in seeing some of my previous broadcasts, you can go to my YouTube page. I found out that Periscope, as much as you all have known also, that Periscope only keeps the videos on here for 24 hours and it erases them. So what I have done is I have taken those same videos and I've uploaded them to my YouTube page. So I want to encourage you to, when you have a moment, go check it out. My YouTube link is in my profile. So follow me, and I'm here every Wednesday and Friday afternoon. All right, good afternoon. I think I saw my pastor join, so good to see you on, Apostle. Didn't expect to see you. I thought you'd be on a plane right about now. So what's your profession? Okay, at the airport, getting ready to board my flight. So we're praying traveling mercies for you, Apostle. My profession, I am in sales. I'm a sales engineer by trade. My calling, I love to teach, and I love to help people and just to serve people. I love to teach. So that's just a little bit about me. So today I just want to talk to you about what love does. What love does. And if you don't mind, tap that screen. Let's get some hearts flowing. Show your love. If there's something that I say that you agree with, please let me know by tapping that screen. Let's get some love going. So one of the things that I want to talk to today about is what love does. A lot of times we confuse superficial, activities and superficial signs for what love is and what love does for us. But I wanted to really just kill some of the myths today and really talk about what love does. One of the things that we're going to talk about, what's the exact definition of love you're talking about? Man, that's a great question. And and I wanted to make sure that that we do talk about that, because there are various types of love. You have the love that parents show to their children. You have a love that a person would have with a friend. You have love that is a sexual love, which really isn't love at all. It's more so lust. But then you also have what we're going to focus on today is an unconditional love. An unconditional love. The Greek version of that word is agape. Yes. Hey, that's my brother online all the way from Virginia Beach. Love you, man. It's good to see you. Yes, agape love is what we're talking about. Because really, if we want to be honest, that is the standard. Everything else pales in comparison to agape love, that unconditional love. A lot of times, let's just keep it real. We put conditions and stipulations on our love. If you treat me a certain way, then I'll reciprocate. If you do X, Y, Z for me, then I have confidence that you feel a certain way about me. But agape love puts no conditions on you. Agape love puts no restraints on you. Agape love does not put any requirements, because agape love is one of a selfless love. I'm going to say that again. Agape love is one of a selfless love. And that's one thing that we need to strive for today, is a selfless love. We live in a society that is very self-seeking. You know, even with all the social media, what can you do for me? What can you give me? What can you do for me? I even see, even on Periscope, hey, give me hearts, give me hearts. But the idea is that the love that we ought to strive for is one that is a selfless love. So I want to talk just for a few minutes on what love does. When we look at John chapter 14 and 15, Jesus is talking to his disciples, and he says to them very clearly and very direct, if you love me, keep my commandments. If you love me, keep my commandments. You know, you think about that. Love is not what you say about me. Because there's other times where he would ask, well, what do people say about me? Who does man say that I am? Love is not what you say about me. Love is not even what you say to me. Because you have a lot of people that could be smooth talkers, that know how to, I think the term is have a silver tongue, and they know how to talk to people. They know how to, they're very charismatic. But that is not the definition of love. That is still the surface level. Love is not what you say about me. Love is not what you even say to me. Because you can say one thing and mean another. You know, you can say one thing and then act a different way. But love, I want to challenge you today that love is what you do. Love is what you do. I don't care what the relationship is. Love is what you do. You can always tell how much someone loves you by, number one, what they give, and number two, how much they give. I'm going to say that again. You can tell if someone loves you and how much they love you depending on what they give and how much they give. Let me give you an example. So I have a son that some time ago, when he was younger, we always try to talk to him about share. So when we tell him that, you know, the idea of love is you got to share something, you got to give. So when he would have friends come over, you know, he would share his old broken toys. He would say, here, you can play with this. I don't want this anymore. You can have this. He would let them play with his brand new toys. He would let them play with his old broken down toys. And that's the thing we have to understand too, even today. When we're sharing, what is it that we're sharing? Because if I really love you, and if I could say that you really love me, it's because you're sharing something of me that is of value. Something that is of value. Hey, Joe Henry's in the house. All right. Something that is of value. What is it that you have that's of value that you can share with someone else that would actually and really truthfully determine and express that you love that person? If you're rich and you share money, that doesn't hold the same value because you have plenty of it. So the value of it isn't the same. There was a story in the Bible where Jesus was watching the offering plate, and he noticed that all the people that were rich were putting in a lot of money. But he took special notice of one woman that was very poor, and she put in 2 mite, which in our economy would equate to half a penny. And he took notice of her, and he said, you know what, that woman, even though financially and economically she put in less than everyone else, but in reality, she put in more because she gave out of all that she had. The value of what she had was greater. Now, this is not a talk about money, but we have to understand that there is value in money. But not even just money. What about your time? Your time. Your time is an invaluable resource. I mean, it is one of the greatest resources that we have, because you know what? We can't produce time. And once it's gone, we can't get it back. So to say that you spend your time with a person or spend your time in an activity, it really talks about how much you love that person or even that activity. I could tell how much people love TV because of how much time they spend watching TV. You can tell how much time that you love a person by how much time you give to that person. What about your will? Your will. Your will is something that is very valuable also. Because, you know, we live in a society that, you know, we are going after the pursuit of life, you know, happiness and success. So my will is what is it that I want? But it tells me how much you love me when you're willing to sacrifice what you want to serve me, and vice versa. When you notice that I give up what I want to serve you, that's really a demonstration of love. Now, I remember when I was a kid, me and my brother, we had this little game that we played, and it was really beef that we had. And those of you that have brothers and sisters, you know what I'm talking about. That we would wrestle over the remote control all day long, and because I had things that I want to watch, he had things that he wanted to watch, and they weren't always the same program. But the power. So, but I missed an opportunity to express my love for him by saying, you know what? Here's the remote, by giving it away. Think about that. When we lay down our will for someone else, it could be your spouse. You know, when you lay down your will for someone else, it really expresses how much that you love that person. You know, the Bible says like this, that we ought to prefer others above ourselves. So in doing that, it shows how much that we love that other person. Think about this. What is it that God asks of us? It asks us to share, to do something, to obey, to keep my commandments. And in keeping my commandments, I have got to sacrifice my will. I have got to sacrifice my time. I have got to sacrifice my money, because that's the way that I can show my expression for God. But think about it like this. A relationship where someone is only taking and never reciprocating and giving is an abusive relationship. I'm going to say that one more time. When you have a relationship where only one person is giving in that relationship and only one person taking and never giving, that is an abusive relationship. Whether it's physical, emotional, or mental, or even verbal, that is an abusive relationship. And I know we always look at that in the context of man and woman, or even an adult and a child. But I want to convey to you, I want to challenge your thinking that Jesus Christ has endured our abuse for a long time. He has. Think about it like this. Paul told the Romans in Romans 5:8. I'm going to read it to you real quick. Romans 5:8 says, "But God commended his love toward us, in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us." Now you think about the time frame that he was talking about. Some of these individuals were still alive, living their lives, doing whatever they wanted to do, while Jesus Christ was on the cross, literally. Now we're not in that necessarily context that he is on the cross while we're doing our mess. However, he has already died for us. He loved us so much that he died for us in anticipation of not just anticipation, but in full knowledge of how we would treat him, how we would despise him, how we would reject him. But his love was so great for us that he sent his only son to lay down, guess what? His life, his will, and his time, so that we can have a right to the tree of life, so that we could be free. The love of God was expressed in what he gave, and he gave the very best that he had in his son. Oh, he's been giving us the whole time. Before we were even created, he gave us this universe. He created a place just for us, with moons and stars, a sun, atmosphere. He gave everything we needed in this world. But that wasn't even his best. He said, "I'll give you my son. For God so loved you. For God so loved me, that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever shall believe on him shall not perish, but have everlasting life." This is what love does. Love will always be measured by what we give and how much of it we give. So I don't want to keep you long today, but I just want to challenge you to strive to love God as much as he loves you. Now, I know somebody, you might say, "Oh man, I could do that. That's nothing. I go to church all the time. I read my Bible all the time." But let me challenge that thinking. Your demonstration of love to God is not in church attendance. Your demonstration of the love of God is not in Bible verses and memorizing the Bible. Now, it's beneficial to go to church. It's definitely beneficial to read your Bible. But he tells us clearly that in 1 John, if we want to demonstrate our love for God, we do that by loving one another. Wow. So the one thing that he asks us to do is to demonstrate how much you love God, not just in our mouth, but in our deed, by showing this word to one another, by living this word in the presence of one another. And why is that important? Think about it. You and I, we were created in the image of God. So whatever we do to one another, we're doing it unto God. He said to his disciples, he says, this is how they'll know that you love me and that you are my disciples. This is how you know that you're my disciples, that you love one another, that you have love for one another. So I want to challenge you today to increase your love for one another. And not just the love where you're going to have it received back, not just the love with conditions on it, but an unconditional love. An unconditional love. You say you love God? Demonstrate that love by giving your time, your talent, your will, your attention to other things. Oh wow, my wife just joined, y'all. I'm excited about that because she gives me an example. She gives me an opportunity every day to demonstrate my love. And it's not always perfect. And I want to encourage you, it will not always be perfect. You will always make mistakes, but love forgives. Love is kind. Love doesn't keep a record of wrongs. Love is long-suffering. Love is not puffed up. Love does not seek its own. But love always endures. So I want to encourage you to let your love endure. And I just believe that even while I'm speaking, that there are people and names in your minds and there are opportunities that are coming to you right now that are examples and opportunities that you already have to demonstrate that love today. Make up your mind to accept this challenge and be a demonstration to this world of what love does. The world does not need people throwing their Bibles at them. They need to see the love of God expressed and demonstrated in the earth. Hey, this is Teray. I love you all. I'm praying for you. I'm so encouraged by your being here. I want to encourage you that if you are not following me, to follow me. I am on here every Wednesday and Friday afternoon. Just to give an encouraging word. It's my desire to keep it under 20 minutes. So it is just to give you just a short nugget of what I've learned. I love you too, brother. Love you, cousin. Got some family on here. So excited to see that. Kansas City in the house. Virginia in the house. Amen. Pastor Williams, God bless you, sir. And for those of you that may have missed it, please feel free to replay it. And also follow me on, thank you, Stephanie. Pray for me. Follow me on my YouTube page, www.youtube.com/TMT Deaver. If you have opportunity to, go check out some of my previous posts and broadcasts. And this broadcast will also be on there in the next day or so. Kansas City in the house. All right. Love you all. Thank you for the hearts and the love, and God bless you.